Hi, this is Joe from Manor Beach Running Club, and here's a few thoughts on goals versus limitations. So we had a run this morning. We had an excellent 5k time trial with some great PBs, and I had a couple of cups of tea afterwards discussing goals and ambitions for the next 6 to 12 months. And it's great to have goals. I think it's really important, very helpful. They help you stay focused, consistent, and they keep you engaged throughout your training, so you're constantly looking at the bigger picture and working towards that final goal. But when do goals become limitations? When do your goals and your objectives hold you back? So there's several ways in which goals can be limiting. The first one, and the first way, is by having too many goals. If you have goals pulling you in different directions, so you have goals for your career, goals for your fitness, goals for what you want to do with your home improvements, goals with your family, goals and targets that you have all over the place, pulling you in different directions, this can really set you up for failure. And it can also, in terms of running, it can lead to injury, and it can become really monotonous or even lead to you failing and being burnt out. So in terms of having those 12-month goals, having those goals every year or every 6 months, make sure you haven't got too many. Make sure you have some kind of structure to how your goals are going to fit together, and where you can make sacrifice and where you can sort of get some of the time out of your schedule, out of maybe time with your family or time in the office to achieve those goals. The second way that goals can be limiting is if your goals are too easy. So make sure you're not setting the bar too low. There's nothing worse than someone setting the bar really low, saying, okay, I've run 100k or I've run a marathon, and this year I'm going to run the same course in half an hour slower. It's not really going to be pushing you or helping you grow. The goal is too low. You really need to have a goal that's going to force you to grow. So make sure your goals aren't too easy. Make sure they're not sort of forcing you to stay in a comfort zone and leading to you being lethargic or being stuck in a bit of a rut. So the third way that your goals can be limiting are if your goals are too aspirational or too unrealistic. So this is a tricky one because it's always great to shoot for the stars and have some crazy goals that are really going to force you to grow and make you be the best version of yourself. I would always suggest you follow your dreams and push for crazy heights and try new things, try and break course records and world records. But if you're not Usain Bolt, if you're not Dean Karnazes, if you're not quite at that level, maybe have some realistic goals as well. It's nice to push for crazy events and get out there and do things that are going to get you way outside your comfort zone, but you want to have some little wins along the way if you can. So make sure you have goals that are somewhere within your current ability, and goals that are going to help you move to the next step and eventually get to those bigger, crazier adventures. We all want to do the Marathon des Sables, comrades. You want to get a sub 2:30 in a marathon, but take those baby steps and then you'll step a little bit closer, as opposed to shooting for that straight away, going from A to Z without all the little stages in between, and missing out on that chance to grow and evolve and develop. And the fourth way in which your goals can be limiting is really related to the last point. Maybe you're the opposite. Maybe you have all realistic goals and no crazy dream goals. I think it's really important. I always recommend to all of my athletes having some obviously realistic, achievable goals, but on top of that, also having some crazy out there, go to the moon, win a race, get on the podium kind of goals. These goals are going to help you dream big. They're going to help you grow as an athlete. They're going to give you a big picture view of your training. You're working towards something in 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. And this is how professional athletes train. They think big and they have little stages along the way where they're growing towards that final big achievement. So dreaming big is important. Even if you have a few unrealistic goals that you don't achieve in a year, you might achieve one. And if you just achieve one of those unrealistic crazy goals, that's a massive win for your year. So get out there, go for a run, achieve those goals, set some crazy goals. Don't have too many. and don't have too easy goals, and make sure you don't become limited by your goal setting. Happy running. Thanks. Bye.